Another Tuesday, another rankings, another miss for Jon Jones. I want somebody to explain this to me. I feel like it's simple. I'm not trying to do a gotcha moment. I'm just trying to understand something. How is Jon Jones not in the rankings? Jon Jones was ranked number 1. Now let's just do heavyweight. Forget about pound for pound, where in a decade we haven't seen Jon any less than 3. Forget about that. Forget about in a decade we generally saw Jones sitting at number 1. Forget about that. Let's just look at the heavyweight class. Let's just give a real good look to the heavyweight class. The heavyweight class has never seen anything like Jon Jones. Ever. There was never something or somebody as dynamic and as dominant as Jon Jones. He was in there with the current reigning number 1 contender. The current. Ciryl Gane. And it was less than 4 minutes. Within those 4 minutes, Jon was never punched. He was never kicked. It was never taken down. It was never in what we call a catch. It was 4 of the most dominant minutes that we've ever seen in heavyweight title fight history. After that, Jon experiences the octagon at heavyweight one more time, where he takes out the most decorated heavyweight champion of all time. By the way, Jon won the grappling. He won the striking with the punching, the kicking. He dominated everywhere. So even in 2 fights and 2 glimpses, the heavyweight division has never seen anything like Jon Jones. Jon is here. Jon is present. Jon is not ranked. Nowhere in the top 15. They say that you can't get a world title fight if you're not ranked in the top 15. Now, that's just an expression. I could tell you guys that have got title fights that aren't anywhere in the top 15, but I just share for you, why isn't Jon? And if you are in the top 15, like let's particularly say the lower end of that, let's say you're number 15. Is it something that you could feel that you've actually achieved? Or would you yourself kind of be scratching your head and looking down and realizing we're all bumped one spot. The right guy is right there. They just didn't put him in the rankings. And moreover, why is he not in the rankings? I don't know of anything that makes you ineligible to be ranked aside from a suspension. I don't know of anything. Now, if there was a suspension going on, they would keep that very close to the vest and they'd play that a very different way now, and we saw that as recently as Conor McGregor and 2.5 weeks ago, which is if there's a negative assay, they will carry on behind closed doors, listen to what you have to say, play the tainted supplement game if that's what you want to do, listen to your whereabouts and your excuses if that's the way that you want to play it. But they'll still do it quietly until resolution is met. Once resolution is met, they will come and reveal this all to us. But that is not what's going on here. As a matter of fact, if that is what's going on here, Jon would still be eligible to be ranked. But he's not ranked. He was number 1 in the world. Number 2 pound for pound, number 1 in the world at heavyweight. He was the champion. The day that we get the information that Jon has retired from the sport. 9 days later, Jon returned to the sport and returned to the testing pool. Now, returning to the testing pool does come with a little bit of red tape if you had previously been suspended for a violation. However, he could work right through that red tape, is in the process of working right through that red tape. Oh, and by the way, it would not strike his eligibility to be ranked. In fact, to my knowledge, the only thing that an athlete would need to be ranked is to be in the testing pool. Now, I met some smart guys that try to come over the top and say, Chael, there's 2 requirements. You'd have to be in the pool and you'd have to be under contract with the UFC. I do appreciate that, and you're not wrong. But you cannot get into the pool without being under contract with the UFC. So I feel like I save us a step when I simply say the only thing that you need to be eligible to be ranked is to be in the pool. And Jon is, and they haven't ranked him, and I'm wondering why. I'm wondering why, because I'm equally wondering when whatever happened, when whatever this obstacle is that is stopping him from being ranked, when whatever this unnamed, unidentified, never before in history obstacle finally goes away and we do rank him, what do you rank him? Is that where you come in and you put him at number 7? How do you get to that conclusion? How do you get to the conclusion that there are 6, if you put him at number 7, that there's 6 guys that have demonstrated a reasonable belief and an expectation upon you, the ranker, that they could all beat him? That's what it means. If he's number 7, then you're saying the 6 guys in front of him could all beat him. What if they put him at number 10? They're saying 9 guys can beat him. What if they put him at number 2? It's an interesting spot, and I'm really not looking to make a fuss about it as much as I'm just curious because I have my own opinion. And my opinion is not that collectively the rankings committee has decided to not see Jon Jones. I don't believe they've made him eligible. This is my own belief, but when the rankings committee sits down and they've got the names and they got to put a number next to it, my own belief is Jon Jones' name doesn't come up. I don't think that they, without speaking to one another, with no collaboration, with no conspiracy, all came to the same conclusion, which is Jon is nowhere in the top 15. I think his name, prior to the rankings coming out at 9 a.m. on Tuesday morning, is being omitted as opposed to being submitted. And I'm just wondering why. I'm trying to learn something. Teach me something. All that Jon did besides win is removed himself from the pool for 9 days, of which he then jumped back in. Is there a bylaw? Is there a new bylaw that says if you leave and you return, you must have a fight before being eligible to be ranked? I've never heard of that, and I'm the kind of guy that would know, and I don't. So answer my question. Teach me something. This isn't a gotcha moment, by the way. I'm not trying to stick you. I'm not trying to trick you. I just want to know why on earth you put 15 athletes in front of Jon Jones. Why is Jon Jones currently not ranked?